The thing about watering that's really easy to do is just do it on a schedule. You say, I'll water every day, no matter what. But that's not necessarily how you want to do it. So you want to make sure you're watering only when the plants need it. So how you can tell, a great way to tell is by coming alongside your plant and you're going to just put your finger in the first couple inches of soil. If you put your finger down and it feels dry, it's time for that plant to get watered. One of the most important times to water your plants is when they're getting established. You want to be able to come back a few hours later and have the top 5 or 6 inches, maybe not soaking wet, but you want it to be pretty moist in there. When you do that, it will force those plant roots to go down really deep in the soil. That way, if a drought comes, your plants will be drought tolerant. So you want to make sure that you water deeply less often as opposed to shallowly, maybe every day. You often hear that the rule is 1 inch of either rain or irrigation per week. But how much water does this actually mean? A way to visualize this is for every square foot, you want a little bit over a half gallon of water. So if you have a 4 by 8 square foot bed, you would want 32 of these units, or about 20 full gallons of water. Another way to visualize this is if you take a 5-gallon bucket, you would want 4 of these 5-gallon buckets to ensure the water soaks through the soil about 5 to 6 inches deep. So this rule isn't set in stone, remember. On hotter, drier days, evaporation is going to happen more quickly, and although it's a good guideline, your plants may need more water. It will really depend on the plants and the weather, how much you need to water. There are a few tools that will make watering for you much easier. One of the best things to purchase is a water wand. One of its benefits is that it will really target those roots. When you splash along the leaves, you're actually inviting disease. So you want to make sure you water very deeply right at the roots. Another way to invite disease is to have the plants stay wet all night. So we advise you to water in the morning. Now, on really hot days, you may see some wilting in the afternoon. Don't worry, they should perk back up in the evening once the moisture has risen a little bit. If you're a teacher or if you have kids or you work with kids, milk jugs are a great way to water in the garden. This is a great thing to purchase and it actually works like a water wand on the end of your milk jug. So remember, for every square foot, we have about a half gallon of water, a little bit over a half gallon of water, and this will be a great way to measure that. Yogurt containers are a great way to water your garden, especially with children. What you can do is take a yogurt container and you'll punch holes on the bottom. Remember, for a 4 by 8 garden, you're going to want about 4 of these 5-gallon containers. So when watering with yogurt containers, it's great to just be able to fill those jugs up and then use the yogurt containers to water. One way to conserve water is mulching. Once your plants have been established, you can add a few inches of mulch onto the soil and it will act as a blanket. Another way to conserve water is called interplanting. That means you'll plant multiple crops together like lettuce with onions. You want to plant things as close together as possible. That will make sure that soil isn't bare. It will lock some of that moisture in as well.